membership with the Newton Garden Club, where she's the president. She's been entering flower shows for 53 years, and through the years, she's been fortunate enough to outfit as a master national flower show judge. She worked as an environmental consultant and a landscape design consultant. Did I miss something?
Did you start at 15?
Yeah.
She must have.
Of course.
I'm your child.
I know that. She's been all those years.
So, enjoy. She's gonna teach us all about
I
bamboo
was,
design.
we moved to Newton in 1967. We moved in August, and some of the ladies in town just immediately grabbed hold and said, well, you've got to come to Garden Club. You've got to come to Garden Club. Of course, it started up in September, and I did. And they had a flower show in March, and I entered knowing nothing, and the design was in a milk glass container with handles, and I know that's one of the hardest things to work with. And I picked rhodesia, I picked blue bonnets were in bloom, and I forget the other thing, but I want a blue ribbon. Well, I haven't quit. That just set me on fire, and I've been doing it ever since. And I don't.
You said something to start that said
Rhodesia?
no. At the very beginning, you said you started and you knew nothing. Would you repeat that?
Yeah. I knew nothing.
There you go. Always listen to that. That's important.
And now, we were not even a federated club at that time. So, but you can't go out and pick blue bonnets and put them in a design unless you're growing them. Is the only way you could do that. Or they may still, are they on the endangered list though? I can't remember. No. But anyway, it's a long history with the Garden Club and flower shows, and it's been enrichment to my life. I hope that you all will soon be having a flower show again, because it's a good thing to do. But for those ladies that are here that came to Newton yesterday, I feel sorry for them that they're going to have to endure my program, because we had the best yesterday. Oh, that man, he taught us so many things. He really did. He was a teacher, and his design principles, of course, he's a florist. He's, different rules and regulations, but most of it we could use, all the things that he told us. But it really was one of the best programs we've ever had, I think, and I'm so glad that some of you came. And we had 6 Mile represented, and Rayburn Bloomers, and so it was a good attendance. But today, I was delighted when Janice called me and invited me to do this program, and she said, would you do designs using bamboo? Well, my goodness, that's right up my alley. If you'll let me use bamboo, that's perfect. We grow bamboo, have been now for a very long time, have probably 60 varieties of bamboos, and it's wonderful plant material for flower shows in all kinds of ways. So I was happy to do that. But then I decided what I would do, I'd start practicing. We will be having a flower show in Newton on the 31st of March, and I'm sure Melinda will send you or somebody will send you an invitation before then, but we'd love for all of you to come. We're proud of our flower show. It will be our 58th annual flower show. Now, we had to drop out because of COVID for 2 years, but this is the 58th. And so I decided that I would do the 3 designs that are called for in the design section of our show. I'm not using the titles of it. The title of our show is Beach Scenes, but for the 3 classes in the designer's choice, we're doing a creative line design, a multi-rhythmic design, and an angular design. So, and then we'll have a table artistry section where we'll have a table for 2, informal functional table for 1, and then an informal functional Oh, a tray.
Okay.
And so I decided to do a tray, just to let you all know what we'll be doing in our flower show. So it's put together here. And so I had to use some bamboo china in it to get my theme across. But I'm going to start over here with the, this one is going to be, let me see, it's multi-rhythmic. That's what I'm attempting, is multi-rhythmic. And I will read you the definition of a multi-rhythmic design as is in our handbook. It's a creative design with emphasis on 2 or more rhythms in the design, with one rhythm being dominant. They can go in any direction, be continuous, interrupted, and are crossed. But that's a multi-rhythmic. And this, I'm beginning with this container that has quite a bit of rhythm in it with this bands here. And I'm using Alphonse Carr bamboo, and this is a tropical bamboo. And the freeze, we're gonna have to cut all of it down. It will come back most likely, but we've got to cut it all down. So if any of you would like any of these colorful poles, come to Newton and we'll share with you, because we're going to cut it down. But it is one of my favorite bamboos for design because of its variation. None of them are alike. You know, the striping is always different in them. But you can't, I tell people that my husband continues to live in zone denial. He plants these tropicals, and we're not in a tropical climate, so we suffer the consequences. So then I'm going to take this sago palm that's been trimmed and attempt to put it in here to give it what I believe will be the dominant rhythm in the design. I'll fix that where I want it to go later. And then I decided, well, I had 2 different choices of things to use. I'm going to put well, I got this little, it got kind of wilted on me. I had a little piece of split aspidistra that I'm going to stick in there. Oh, that man yesterday, Nell, of course, is the aspidistra queen for making all kinds of leaf manipulations, but he did some really unusual things that demonstrated to us yesterday. But I was in a quandary about whether to use gladiola in it. I mean, you go with what you have, but
Wow.
let's see here. No, this can't. This is for my angular design because it's got an angle on it. The lilies. Let's see, it's not that one.
My goodness, how beautiful.
Those are beautiful, aren't they? Well, you know, that designer yesterday, he had the most beautiful flowers you've ever seen. He really did.
Judith, did he get those at Johnson's?
He did. Well, I say he did. I've never seen a protea like the one he had. It was huge. You've seen those big white ones?
At Johnson's before.
You've seen them there?
Yeah.
Well, that's...
Doesn't mean he got him there.
Oh, well,
I've seen him.
I bet he did. He says he does freelance now, and he says he works out of Johnson's. I mean, he buys their material and puts his things together and then delivers them wherever he's going. This is a great container because
It holds it.
it holds your
It holds,
materials
yes, that's
so
it.
well.
Holds them in place.
Let's see, I want that I want that sago palm to not touch the top of that. So let's see if I can lift it up. I was just saying to Nell how we have plenty of sago palm to design with.
And are you using the industrial strength U glue from Johnson's
I
for
don't.
your sago palm?
Oh, I've just got a piece of whatever we call this
Okay.
green stuff. But I don't even know what you're talking about, Nell.
You know those glue,
Oh.
clear glue things? Industrial?
I'll show you.
But multi-rhythmic, 2 or more rhythms, I'm saying, and of course this, I would say that the sago palm is my dominant rhythm, but even that straight line is a rhythm, and the flowers are a rhythm. But
Just their
But that-
petals you're talking about is a rhythm? The direction?
don't you think?
I do, that's what I'm asking.
And then the,
Multi-rhythm.
yeah,
Multi-rhythm.
this one would be the more dominant to me.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all think?
So, Judith, like, the definition of a rhythm is like, is it a visual element?
It,
Mhm.
Texture?
it is visual.
It's visual?
It's visual.
And
It's just
movement.
Okay.
Movement.
movement. Mhm.
Okay.
Wouldn't you say that the sago is the dominant movement now
Yes.
in
I
that?
noticed first.
Oh, let's see, and then I did stick this little,
In the side pocket.
maybe I had it over here. I thought it was landing some, it's gonna have to have a little glue too.
Judith, I got a student question. In the bamboo poles, it would be multi-rhythm if I took the poles and crisscrossed.
All right, well, that sounds very angular, but yeah, it would
Oh,
be.
I don't want no angular. I want no trouble.
I do not want angular.
That's not an angle.
That is another design, that
Yeah,
angular.
angular
Oh,
is.
angles.
So if I
But yeah, that would
crisscross-
be 2 different rhythms.
Okay,
Would
yeah,
it-
it would if I did. Okay, I got you. That's an important question.
But here, yeah, there's a little more movement here
Mm-hmm.
with that, with that sago palm.
Judith, can
Yes.
I add something to that? I don't
Sure.
mean to interrupt from your
I
program.
love for you to.
But if they're going to do a flower show, see the material, the bamboo, the sago palm and the aspidistra, that is called minor abstraction.
Because of the way they're cut.
Well, that's minor. We have minor and moderate abstraction. Minor abstraction is bending or cutting or painting or staining, or it's minor.
Right.
And you can use those you can use abstraction in your design.
What would a major abstraction?
A moderate
A moderate.
moderate abstraction would be French braiding or weaving.
Okay.
Be what? French braiding or weaving.
It'd be model.
Okay.
And this one, this container is made from bamboo, and because of its shape, this is the one I'm attempting to do an angular design, and you see how it's cut. It has angular lines, and then I chose this zigzag bamboo because it has
Angular.
minor angular lines, but it does.
Is that another one that you grow?
Yes, mm-hmm.
Isn't that pretty?
That's pretty.
That's the color of that.
Yeah, it's nice and green. And let's see, this is the one where I couldn't decide whether to use my crooked glad or my or I know the lilies. I did play with this. Well, heck, I don't think I brought one pair of scissors, but you see, I need maybe I clipped off the ends to make them angular on this lily.
See, that would be abstraction.
Does anybody have a pair of scissors in here? I didn't bring my big scissors.
Oh.
Oh, that was one choice. Oh, but let's see, I had the, there you go. Oh, that's perfect, thank you. You're welcome. Thought I had it in my hip. And this greenery is very angular in its cut and just in its growth. And I can't tell you what it is. I picked it up at Johnson's.
Flax.
Is it flax? And I needed it a little longer, so I took some of the stems from my lilies and just taped them on to
It's brilliant.
give it height.
That is brilliant.
Uh,
That's brilliant.
just one of those little tricks, one of those little things that you learn to do when you get into design work.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the neat things yesterday that Scott shared was all the improvising that you can do
Yeah.
to make different things work for what you're looking for. So
That's right.
just like her cutting those petals, you know, I never thought about cutting to leaves and
Yeah,
different angles and all that.
he did a square
So
out
would
on
that
that.
be gonna be a moderate abstraction, the cutting of the leaves?
Well, you're gonna have to get,
Minor.
she's
Minor.
recognize that.
Okay.
Judith, did you cut that to make it angular?
Yes, I did. Uh-huh.
See, I would never
So-
Let me ask you something, would you take all the leaves off?
That is.
I took all those below the line off.
But,
And you could have taken all the leaves off.
but I'm asking for good reason, is the leaves an angular?
Well,
Or-
no,
No.
they're not angular yet.
Ah, brilliant! Hey, look, I gotta be tested on this stuff.
But yes.
Yes, there you go, okay. Cause that's what he, of course, he is different, but that's angular, cutting an angular, for an angular design.
Do we see that as being angular, and is it enough?
Yeah.
Or do you think it needs more? And I could put one.
That's the part I wanna know.
Uh-huh.
You like that?
Yeah, you know, do the angular like in the book, is that an angular? That would be an angular, right? Yeah, yeah. I'm stuck on the Vision of Beauty, cause they don't tell you what the, in Vision of Beauty, they don't tell you what the design.
Okay, you like that?
I like that. Now that just adds class to that.
Well, we want class, Paul.
That's fabulous. It's just very simple.
That's right. That's what we want, it's simple. Okay, and then this one is going to be my,
Creative line, or which one we got?
yeah,
Multi?
creative line.
Yeah, creative line in our schedules, creative line and multi-rhythm and angular. Gotcha.
Oh, listen at the sound.
You're hearing those sounds? Now, I know these are both going here because I had them in here yesterday.
What's the definition of creative line?
You know, I'm glad you asked.
She's
Said
gonna
she's
read it,
glad
she'll
you
read it.
asked.
Straight lines.
creative line. Angular is a creative design emphasizing strong angles that may be acute, obtuse, reflex, right angles, or a combination of angles. I think we've got a combination
You
of
do.
angles in that one.
Perfect. Perfect.
Well, I gave you multi-rhythmic.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I came off without the definition of
Well, but,
creative
Do they
design.
still have their?
Uh,
We got
You
it.
got the handbook? Look it up for us. That's about 76 or 77, somewhere
Page
along there.
70,
73.
73. Keep looking.
No.
Like a bubble.
Do you
While
just,
she's looking, the handbook, if you look on the National Garden website, it's on there and you can look at the whole thing electronically. And all these definitions that she's using are on that.
Let's see. A creative line design where line is dominant with a minimum of plant material and other optional components. The line may be straight, curved, or a combination, and there may be one or more points of emergence in focal areas. When I get through with this, though, we may decide it's a creative mass design, because a creative design emphasizing a greater proportion of plant material and components other than space. So, well, depending on how much plant material I put in here, it could turn into a mass rather than just
Your
a
voice
creative line.
Didn't carry all the way, and it sounded like creative mess.
It may be. Uh-huh.
And I know that's not true.
a mass?
Uh-huh.
M-A-S-S, not
That's right.
M-E-S-S.
It's our
But it just
accent.
kind of didn't all carry over. You were a mess.
Don't break it. Don't break it.
Don't
It's
break my
there. Don't
container,
break it.
huh?
Don't break it. I loved it. That
Okay,
container, I love
let's see here. A
I can make one out of my clay.
Green, rectangular, and large strap English pine greenery on the left and glades on the right. Well, my goodness. I put my oasis on the wrong side, but I'll try this.
Judith, what is that?
I don't, it's
From a
like
tree?
pine, and I got it at Johnson's.
It's a what now?
It smells like pine, it feels like pine, but I got it at Johnson's.
It looks like a fir or some type of a cedar fir or something.
The florist supply place in Beaumont,
Uh-huh. Johnson.
somebody was asking where it was.
Yeah.
It's on,
They still out there on Old Highway 90?
Mm-hmm.
Lindbergh.
Lindbergh.
Off
It's
of,
off of
one.
College, in between
of
College and 90.
Okay.
And it's a wholesale place, and do you all buy from it as a garden club? Okay. Because it is, we do enjoy the wholesale prices. And we were talking about our speaker yesterday. He got his flowers there, but he had to have spent $400 on those flowers.
Had you?
And we paid him $500, so he didn't make any money. But he seemed to have a good time, and we sure enjoyed
I'll tell
having
you.
him.
I'll tell you. Well, I send him a tip. Well, I posted him on everything I could imagine to. Not that he needs more business, probably, but
Everything in it, Jordan.
Creative line, and then I said I wanted to put this Gladiolas.
one or more, plant material is a line, creative
And
line,
then I
right?
won the bird paradise over there.
Well,
Clean up and let y'all dark here. We were told not to come back.
we really,
No, we want you to spend. your
Fran
money.
was
You can
almost
win.
banned yesterday. She was winning so much.
Well, it depends on how many tickets.
If I didn't love her so much, I would have raided her car.
Oh, no, me too.
Hey, you don't need
I
all
love
those
them,
rules.
Judy. And there's so, like, I know you did some prep before you got here, but just emphasize to you that see what you can do, and it just doesn't.
And it's so simple.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With just a little thinking. And then Judith walked to the front and she looked at those designs, and then she might go back and move a flower. It's how it looks to you.
Exactly.
But I want to show you in this one over here. Well, let's see. Was it this one?
That's the multi.
There was one that I had.
Well, if to me, if you took that one side one out of the bamboo bowl, it would be a line design in my eyes, even though they have a little curve. In my eyes, that's
Which
course,
one?
that middle one, the angular. To me, I could get away with calling that creative, which I got to do one Monday. Yeah.
It's too tall, so I gotta chip some of it out. Because I want this angular to show.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're right. Even though you cut the point, couldn't that be considered a line, creative line design that you're working on there?
I think it could be.
It's all I got for that.
Which one do you like the best?
It's like,
The lily or the, look at that.
Well, couldn't you put that angle back
You
in
want it
there?
back in there?
Would you? Just for my sake? At an angle? Because in my eyes, that's what makes it angular, is that crisscross.
is that still angular?
It's, at this
That
point,
makes
it's
it
all
more
angular.
angular.
That makes it more defined as angular to me.
I mean, the flowers.
Of course, I'm just a student.
Oh, yeah, 'cause they are angular.
I gotta get it in my brain the right way.
I kind of like those angular lilies.
I do too, I like that, really. But that's 3 or more, but in a, angular, it doesn't matter. That's 3 or more, 1 or more.
Right, there's no,
To me, the gladiolas take away from that,
the green,
that's,
flax.
that's my opinion.
It's more you think they're more dominant?
Set it off more.
Yeah,
They're more dominant.
yeah,
So you think they're too dominant?
the gladiolas, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking of dominance, I was thinking of angulars. Oh my gosh,
You
I'm
got
in
the
trouble.
angular,
Uh-huh.
which is great, but it's dominant, but it was, yeah.
The color,
hmm And so many flowers, which are pretty.
so the white is less bullseye, so to say, huh?
I think I do too.
Well, dang it, me too.
Okay.
But you would have gotten more points for the bend in the gladiola?
No,
No,
Not necessarily.
no. It's gotta flow. Everybody's gotta flow, no bullseyes.
So she's gonna put that curved guy in that.
Now that could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it will fit in there.
What about your orange Gerbers
In this
in
one,
that one?
they may not be tall enough. But they're not very tall.
There you go.
By the way, when we do our flower show, we have a certain amount of time where you set up your designs. And then, you would just do them, and then you might go home and come back and wanna do something different, like she's doing right now.
Well, you know,
First one called.
it's
Oh,
with,
I like that.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, Judith, I like that.
with any art form, you're never finished. You can just keep on, painting or whatever.
Less is best.
You can keep on.
Okay, I'm confused. I gotta tell you.
It's hard to
Okay.
know when to stop.
What is his first one?
This one,
Was that
multi-rhythmic,
Multi-rhythmic.
2 or more rhythms.
Right.
So
Okay.
you see them, there are.
The flowers, the green thing, and then
And then
1,
the sago
2,
palm.
3.
and the bamboo.
Yeah.
I mean, this would be 2 rhythms right here, just with the straight and then the curve.
That's
Mhm.
2.
Multi means 2 or more. And
Right.
the rhythm is the movement of the plant material.
Okay.
And the
So
base
you
is
have
included.
you have plant material going vertical, and you have plant material making a curve. And you have
See that,
2
Dave?
rhythms.
Mhm.
A vertical is your glass, and
And her.
You know, before you leave for the judges to come in, you try to make sure it's secure. And that's not always easy.
Judith, this is what I was talking about, like an industrial. See. And then you can put that on the
Okay.
back of here, and then the other side will get that, and it'll help it stand up.
I like that. I gotta get me some of that.
And
Huh?
it comes in a box of Johnson.
Judith, turn that.
Can you switch them?
Now try. Cause it's getting big right now.
You wanna try this?
I don't think that would do it.
No,
Neil.
it's not.
Top heavy.
It's
Top heavy because it won't go down in the base.
I'm pretty sure that when I had it on, that this one on the left was the one that was wedged. Well, I've got them far apart now.
I like that time.
I do too.
I love that color.
Is it a lot? Is it? Well, it's a pine tree, but why does it look like a fir?
Woohoo, there it went.
They're not
Went down.
exactly going in the same direction, but I think I'll leave them.
Yeah.
You're
happy.
And, I like that this container had the color of the inner nodes here, how dark it is. And then the bottom of it is more like the light color of the bamboo.
Yeah, that's a fabulous
Okay.
container.
And then this is just, a bamboo container that I keep at home and for my own pleasure most of the time, and just have something in the foyer to go in some of these holes. You don't have to fill everything. But I've had
All the raffles have already been sold on that one. I think I got the last raffle.
so it is a fun piece.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Oh. Boy, this is really shedding fast.
That looks like the top of your Christmas tree.
It does, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Some of those
That's
pieces.
an unusual limb.
We have a man our music director at our church knows Judith real well, and I think he was music director.
He was at our church for a long
And he
time.
talks about Judith all the time and all of her wonderful designs. All the time.
They would say that.
Skipper.
Skipper,
Sheck Snyder.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, my son was present one time when he was coming to my house for something we were having, and Skipper was there, and Forrest heard him as he was getting out of his car. He was talking to someone else, and he said, "Oh, that woman, she has more talent in her little finger than I have in my whole body." He tells me that often. He tells you that too, huh?
I mean, about you.
Oh. He was great. Let's see, if I have my Gerber daisies, might look in this.
Oh, that'll be pretty.
Let's see here.
I planted some Gerber daisies, 2 batches, so I could cut them. And I don't have the heart to cut them. They're just beautiful.
I don't blame you. They're too
I'm
beautiful.
just kidding. No, you're too pretty.
The big thing yesterday was every time Scott pulled out some of the roses, and he would start to cut a twig or cut the stem, this one over here, Kathy, was going,
How can you do that, huh?
it's like they're long stem roses for a
He just take
reason.
those beautiful leaves.
I've never been able to grow Gerber daisies. I love them so much.
Yeah.
I've never been able to grow them.
And they're really temperamental when you buy them too, I think. I mean, some hold up, some
You
don't.
gotta change them, right when you buy them, you have to put them in a bigger pot. Lots of movement, mixture. That little food, a lot of mixture, starter mixture.
Do you keep them as hots or can you grow them in the ground?
I put them in the ground, but I do the same thing. Loose, they like loose soil.
Yours comes back up every year.
Every year, I don't touch it.
Wow. Zinnias I can grow
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
easily.
And they,
Gerbers, I've never had it.
well, like I said, you gotta take them, when you buy them in the pots, take them out and put them in loose soil. Every little food.
Judith, does this one have a name, like?
No. This is just for my own pleasure.
This is not going in a competition.
No, and it still would be like a creative line.
I don't know.
Well, because of your thing going straight up.
Boy, this is really
Or one of those 4 foot tall ones on the wall.
shedding in a hurry.
Yeah.
This time.
It's not gonna be much left of that poor little
It's not, it's just gonna be a few lines. I can't believe how much it shed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would just enjoy that in my foyer, you know.
But we had, in my first course, we did have a cylinder, they classified as a cylinder. Design and,
That's a blue ribbon.
yeah.
Okay, good. I was gonna, back to this, tray design. When the judges judge, 40% of this is your, what do we call this? We don't call it a design, our decorative unit. This would be considered the decorative unit, and so 40% of your scoring would come from that. Is it, because when you talk about a tray, it has to be transportable, and you don't want some little delicate
Right.
piece for your decorative unit that would topple over.
Right. You can't put your napkin in the plate.
You cannot put your napkin
That's
in the
a new
plate.
rule, yeah.
That was new for us, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did you know that, Neil?
Yeah.
No flatware.
And you can't put your cup and sauce. I saw one that had their cup and saucer
In the plate, you can't do
No,
that
you
either.
can't do that.
Can't put anything.
And this particular pattern, do you see that little red in the inner nodes? It's a bit red. That's why I thought this napkin.
Napkins are very important for your point score.
Where you put them,
Where
how
you
you
put
put
it.
them.
The thing
But-
I've always had the most trouble with on the tray is the proportion of the decorative unit to the tray and its pieces.
Right, and this one might be a little lightweight,
Oh, it looks nice from here. I haven't looked.
for the,
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Your container is
It's heavy.
enough
Yeah, I
to
think-
compensate the plant material.
For the flow, it's got a flow.
okay.
Is it
So-
supposed to be a certain percentage of the thing versus the size of the
Yeah.
tray?
There's certain points that go for different things.
Yeah, if it was too big, like she had that Gerber in there, and just stuck a Gerber and a little
Oh,
That's
thing,
all
too
you
big.
could see, so it'd be out
So
of proportion.
portion.
it'd be out of proportion. I mean, I think.
Those guys designs are beautiful.
Well, any
You-
questions or comments? Thank you all. Yes.
If I have to design something in a creative line, then I think it was that, I'm gonna swear up and down that I'm gonna say, I thought you said creative mess, and that's what I did.
I doubt that'll work for you, but go ahead.
Point. For the mess.
It's just her voice shifted as it got down this way.
You know, Siri can't understand me either.
Get her in. All right.
Yes, well, thank you all for allowing me to come.